All right, so after some minor technical difficulties, thank you, Armani. My hair is really gross, but I appreciate you liking my ponytail. We are going to go ahead and get started. We have a lot to do today. We are going to do some classwork as a practice test that will be graded on Nearpod, and we are going to go into our We Do and our You Do on Nearpod as well. I have sent you all the link and the code if you need it. I was able to get everyone in attendance-wise who is here. You can see all of your beautiful faces. So let's make sure we are going over and following our Zoom expectations, that we are on task. We are not getting up without permission. Our video is on. We are not unmuting without permission. We are staying in our seat. That's the biggest thing. And we are going to the restroom during our designated time, right? Let's use the chat box for any questions or comments, especially when we're doing independent work today. We are going to go ahead and get rolling already with our passage for today. Just as a reminder, we do have a test on Wednesday. So it's with the same things we've been going over. It's with our technical, historical, and scientific text. We know about cause and effect, sequence of events, compare and contrast. So all of those are what we're going to be looking at on Wednesday as well as today and tomorrow. Starting with this passage, give me a thumbs up if you can see where it says smart spending. Can everyone see where it says smart spending? All right, so I'm going to be reading this passage to you. I'm going to be asking you some questions about maybe your spending habits or what you see in the passage as well. Let me give you the ability to unmute yourselves. Remember, we are not unmuting without permission. So let's look at the first question, the first passage, smart spending. Saving money is only part of being good at managing your money. There's also the fun part, spending it. Spending money can be very rewarding. Maybe you like to spend your money on video games or cool new clothes for school, or maybe you like to spend it on trips to the mall or an amusement park. No matter what you spend your money on now, there are some important things to think about before making any kind of purchase. Take about 45 seconds and in the chat, I want you to tell me what are some things that you like to spend your money on. Video games and clothes and vacations, very good. What else do we like to spend our money on? Take about 10 more seconds. Gummy taco. I don't know what gummy taco is. Is that a game or is that like candy? Video games, yeah. Candy, okay. Starbucks, vacation, candy, sometimes clothes. Very good, yes. Harmony says, first class on a plane with my BFF to New York. You know I'm there, girl. Just tell me when and where. Let's go. Trinity says Starbucks always. Very good. All right, let's keep going. Not all purchases are smart purchases, except if this my bestie and I are going to New York. That would be a smart purchase for me. I know that's right, honey. So before you buy something, ask yourself the following questions. Do I really want to buy this? Why do I want it? Does it look like it's made well? Or does it look like it could break tomorrow? Is there something else I would rather save up for? By asking yourself some questions before you buy something, you can stop yourself from making purchases that aren't worth your money. So for example, oh, what a lovely sibling or family member. If you were wanting to buy a new toy, you would have to think to yourself, a lot of people will read reviews about it. And if it doesn't get good reviews, they won't buy it because they will know it will break easily. Maybe it's overpriced. Maybe it's not worth their time, that type of thing. Hi, Jalen. Let's keep going. Looking at where it says money matters. Oh my goodness. Hi, Gigi. um, or price matters, I'm sorry. Do you know what it costs to go to the movies or to buy a new pair of shoes? Go with your parents when they go shopping, and instead of just picking up things you want, take a look at prices. Learn about what things cost before you buy them and see if you can find them for less somewhere else. So for example, when I was wanting to get this sweet little blessing here, aka my son, I did a lot of research. Here it is. I did a lot of research to see how much a dog would cost. So I looked at different breeders, I looked at different websites, I looked at different rescue societies to see how much a dog would cost because I knew I wanted one and I would have to sacrifice other things that I may have wanted in order to get him. Right? So when it's saying that the price matters, you're basically shopping around to see what deal you can get. Looking at it's okay if you don't own everything in the world. To be good at managing money, you have to be able to stop yourself from buying everything that seems cool at that moment in time. Fads don't last forever. What are some things that you don't have that you would want? What are some things that you may want? Think about wants and needs. So we know that a need for any human being would be, or animal, would be food, water, and shelter. Okay, so Armani says she wants a mansion, an iPhone, and a dog. So those are all wants. Elijah says he wants another dog. I do too, Elijah. I want another dog too. What are some other things that we may want? A PS5, good. What are some other things we may want that we don't have? Lydia says a phone. Layla says a PS5. Monty says a PS4. Trinity says she wants a house. Ivan says an Xbox. Amari says he wants another cat. Oh my goodness. Harmony says she wants a hoverboard. Armani says she wants to have a Lamborghini. Oh, a car for me? What kind of car are you going to get me, bestie?
A Lamborghini.
Oh, I know that's right. Ivan says he wants a bulldog. Brandon, what you want, honey?
A dirt bike.
A dirt bike. I want for Brandon's cast to be off too. That would be great, wouldn't it? I think that Gigi, do you want a sibling? I want Gigi to have a sibling. Trinity says she wants a Tesla. Quincy says he wants a PS5. For those of you who want cars, let's focus on getting to 16 and getting our driving permit first, right? But it's good to have those dreams. That means you can start saving up for it too. Oh my goodness. That was good. All right, there's a difference between a need and a want. So, for example, going back to this sweet baby, I did not need him. Did I want him? Yes. Did I need him? No. Right? But did you need me? Yes. Okay, good. So what we need is, again, food, water, shelter, and clothing in order to survive, right? So if there's a difference between a want and a need, let's see, maybe your mom or dad or your adult at home wants you, oh, I do want him. He's never leaving me. You Maybe your adult at home wants you to buy your extra school supplies this year. Or maybe you were supposed to put some money toward a gift for a family member or your favorite teacher, me. If so, those are needs. Going on the computer to buy or to download songs or have the latest version of a video game are wants. So for example, Roblox, you have to use money to buy V-Bucks, right? You do not need those. You want them because you want your avatar.
Robot.
You want your avatar to look like you, right? Yeah. Oh, Robux. They're called Robux. Thank you, Armani and Nevaeh. So you have to buy Robux on Roblox if you want to make your avatar look really cool, right? But again, that is a want. It is not a need. You don't need to be spending your money on that. You want to. So if you had the decision between buying food and going on Roblox and spending Robux that you have to buy, that would be a want, right? So sometimes we need to wait because what you need comes first. So if I did not have money, if I wanted to go out and buy a brand new TV, that would be a want, right? If I have, say I have a bill coming up that I need to pay, that is a need. That is not a want. I have to pay that or else they'll turn my water off or my electric off, right? That is a need for me in order to see all of your beautiful faces every day. So I would have to wait to buy the new TV until I had the money for it. Last thing we're going to read, think about past purchases. Look around your room. What types of things have you bought in the past? What has lasted? What broke right away? What did you lose interest in overnight? What are you still using? Think about these past purchases next time you go to spend some of your money. All right, so we are going to do questions 1 and 2 together, and then you are going to do questions 3 and 4 on your own. It is in Nearpod. When it is time for you to work on your work independently, what we're going to do is I'm going to start a new Nearpod thing, send you a new link and a new code if you need it. It will be graded classwork. And I am going to set a timer so you can see it should really only take you 30 minutes to go through a passage. So that will be for your independent time in classwork. All right, so let's look at Nearpod together. Who can tell me what the first thing we need to do to our question is? First thing we need to do is what? Good. Read and underline the key words in our text. Very good. So looking at our question, according to the text, why is it important for a person to ask questions? So what is one thing we should box and underline in our question? Box and underline in our question. Everyone look at the question on Nearpod. Okay, good. So we're going to underline, thank you, Armani. Person to ask questions and box the word important. Good. Shh. Come here. All right, so Let's see who can be the first person to find the evidence in the text. Once you find the evidence in your text, I want you to go ahead and spin around in your chair. So, when is it important for a person to ask questions? Looking to see who can find the evidence first. Not seeing anybody spin in their chair yet. Okay, Armani found it. Armani, go ahead and unmute and tell us where we can find it.
It says, before you buy something, ask yourself following questions. Do I really want or need this? Why do I want this? Does it look like it's made well? And other questions.
Very good, Armani. Yes. So if you have not done so already, make sure you underline where it says not all purchases are smart purchases. Before you buy something, ask yourself the following questions. So before you buy anything, so based on what we've underlined, Armani, what should our blind answer be?
Do I really want or need this? Why do I want it?
Pause for 1 second. What are you doing, right? You're asking yourselves questions. When do you ask yourself questions?
When I need to know it.
That and
Like,
what did we underline before we buy something? Very good. So if you do not have this written down, let's go ahead and do that now on Nearpod. And then Armani is going to walk us through our process of elimination. So looking at answer choice A, Mani, what should we do?
For question A, for A,
A day after. Good. Slash the trash. A day after making a purchase. Very good. What about B?
An E.
Very good. Why are A and B incorrect answer choices?
Because it says a day after making a purchase, 2 weeks from making a purchase, and our blind answer is before you buy something.
Very good. What about C?
An E.
Very good. And our answer would have to be then what?
D.
Good. Before making a purchase. Awesome job, Mani. Thank you. So again, Armani was telling us that it's all, none of these A, B, and C did not match because our blind answer told us it's before you buy something, not after, not the next day, not 2 weeks later, and not while you're giving the cashier your money. It's before you buy anything. Very good. Take about 30 seconds to finish up copying this down onto Nearpod. I'm seeing a lot of us get this done. Fabulous. Amari, waiting on you. Very, very good, everyone. Take 20 seconds before we go to the next question. Four, three, two, and 1. I'm going to clear my drawings. We're going to go to question numero dos. All right, looking at question 2. According to the text, what should a person ask him or herself before buying something? So looking at this question, who can tell me what we need to box and underline in our question? Who can tell us what we need to box and underline in our question? Okay, yes, we're going to box or underline according to the text. Good, because that's where we are it's telling us where to look. We are looking at according to the text. What about the text is it telling us? Keyword is what? A person ask him or herself before buying something. Good, so we're going to underline according to the text. We are going to box the word before, and we're going to underline buying something. Let's see, go ahead back into the text, and when you find your evidence, I want you to tap your head. So according to the text, when should a person ask him or herself before buying something? Keyword here is before, guys and girls. If we're looking at something before, it's always going to be above. Good, Harmony. Can you tell us what we need to underline?
So, in my opinion, I think for my evidence, I read the thing. So, what I underline is there something else I would rather save up for?
Good. Is there something I would rather save up for? And how did you know that you should be underlining that? Okay, good. We knew to underline that because it was telling us, again, before buying something. So if we're looking at where it says before buying something, I want you, okay, look. Oh, it's not gonna let me do that. Darn it. Okay, let me try this again. So it's not gonna let me spotlight. So let me underline it with a different color. All right. By asking yourself some questions before you buy something, you can stop from making purchases, right? So again, we are looking for the word before. So everything above this word, all these questions are possible answers. That's your entire blind answer. So let me go over that again. Looking at the word before, I wish I could spotlight it so I could highlight it, but I can't. Before, everything above. So looking at these questions, do I really want or need this? Why do I want it? Does it look like it's made well, or does it look like it could break tomorrow? Is there something else I would rather save up for? All of those questions would be your blind answer. Because again, it's above the word before. So Harmony said that our blind answer would have to be, is there something I would rather save up for? Come here, angel boy. Help us answer this question, Juge. Is there something I would rather save up for? So, Harmony, what should we do to answer choice A?
Oh, answer choice. The answer is C.
Okay, so the answer is C because it was found in our text and it is in our blind answer. So everything else doesn't match, right? Very good. So because of what Harmony was saying, we know that A can't be the answer. What if I lose interest in overnight? It was not mentioned in this passage or in this paragraph up here in the passage. B says, do I know what it costs to go to the movies? That is not asking us about before we buy something. That's talking about a specific price. So we know we can cross off B. Is there something I would rather save up for? That is, again, above the word before. So when we're talking about making a smart purchase, we need to ask ourselves, is this really what I want? Or is there something else that I want instead? So I'm going to go ahead and cross off D. And as she said again, our answer has to be C. Very good. If you do not have this done on Nearpod, now is your time to do so. Take about 45 seconds to complete this. I'm going to set my timer. Once my timer goes off, you should be finished completing this on Nearpod. And then we'll go to our last questions. Yes, we are going to do a bathroom break and a Go Noodle brain break after this. Take 8 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's go and do a quick Go Noodle. Let me clear my screen. Now would be your time to use the restroom if you need to. If you do not, we are going to just enjoy this quick brain break. Our video is on. So take about 45 seconds to get yourselves back to your seats and have your video on. Those of you who joined us late, I'm going to go ahead and share the Nearpod link with you so you're able to do the UDO. And then we will go into Nearpod again with a different link for our classwork. So here is the link if you need it. I will send the code for those of us who may need it. And then we are going to be looking at question 3. I'm going to give you about 5.5 minutes to answer each question. Quincy, hurry and get back to your seat. Hurry, 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 hurry. Those of you who are not on, please get on Nearpod now. Make sure you're at your seat, completing your work with your camera on. It's part of our Zoom expectations. We know that. I'm going to type your directions into the chat box. It's the same ones per usual. Marking up our question, finding our evidence, blind answer, process of elimination, you know the spiel. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I will set my timer. So first, we always know we need to box and underline keywords in the question. 2, we need to find our evidence in the text. 3, blind answer. and or process of elimination. I'm going to set my timer. Here are the instructions, but you already know that's what's expected of you. And then we will go over each answer quickly before we go on to the next one. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to get 100% on this. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen so you can only see your own work, and your time starts now. All right, so first, before we begin, let's first make sure our cameras are on so I can see all of your beautiful faces. Yes, Layla, very good. If you said A, put up one finger. If you said B, put up two, C, three, and D, four. Okay, Elijah, why would the correct answer have to be C?
You need to look back in the story at the passage, and I went back and looked at the story, and I underlined, you can stop yourself from making purchases that aren't worth your money.
Okay, good. So if it's not worth our money, that's one piece of evidence we could use. Also, if we look at this and price matters, because if we're talking about cost, we're talking about the price of something. So if we look at the second paragraph in the last sentence, it says, learn about what things cost before you buy them and see if you can find them for less somewhere else. So if you're doing that, boys and girls, you're shopping around to see the cost of something. Cost and price are synonyms. They mean the same thing. So because of that, we'd have to cross off A, because nothing was mentioned about past purchases. B, nothing about wants or needs were mentioned. D, looking at not worth their money. That's possible, but that's not the best piece of evidence. So our answer would have to be C, looking at different prices of the same item to find it for the cheapest cost. Okay. Awesome job. Let's go into our next one. Again, you will have about 5 minutes to complete this. And your time before we begin, same thing, 5 minutes on the clock, process of elimination, box and underline your text. Go ahead and find your evidence and blind answer. And I think that's everything. And your time starts now. I will go back to 3 yes after we are finished with the other one so I don't confuse everyone. All right, y'all have about 30 more seconds to finish up before we go to the last one. Make sure you are reading this carefully. Check, Layla. 3, 2, and 1. All right, looking at our answer. If you said A, when something else is needed, put up one finger. If yes, Layla. If you said B, when it is a gift, put up 2 fingers. C, when it is a fad, put up 3 fingers. And D, when managing money, put up 4 fingers. All right, I'm seeing lots of A's, lots of B's, lots of C's, and lots of D's. All right, Ivan, go ahead and unmute and tell us why the answer has to be A. Can you unmute? Or do you need me to here? There we go. Now try. There you go.
Because it says maybe your mom or dad wants to buy a buy your extra supplies this year, or maybe you are supposed to hold on, put some money towards a gift for a family member.
Very good, Ivan. Yes. So based on the evidence that Ivan gave us, we know that our answer, and our blind answer, I mean, has to be wants, have to wait. So if a want is waiting, we have to wait to buy that because we need something instead. So very good. Yes, our possible answer would have to be A. The rest, when it is a gift, that would also be a need for someone. When it is a fad, that is a want. And when managing money, yes, it is correct. But you are also looking at how much you're spending and what you're spending your money on. So our answer would have to be A. Very good. All right, we're going to go into our last question on Nearpod. Again, you will have the same amount of time. Then we will do another quick break, and then I will have you go into your, actually, no, we're not going to do our last one. I'm going to give you a quick bathroom and brain break one more time, and then we're going to go into the practice independent classwork grade. I'm going to do it teacher paced because there was some issues with the student pacing last time. So I'm going to go ahead and give this to you with the code and everything. And you are going to read the story on your own, as well as answer all 5 questions. So before we do that, let me set up a Go Noodle for you all, and then you will be able to do that. I do want to say you all did an amazing job today, so I'm very proud of you. Give yourself a round of applause. Give your brain some love as well, and then we will go into our break and then our independent classwork.